Please open up Dreamweaver and you should see a screen that looks like this. We're going to create our very first web page. So under where it says create new, click HTML, and that should open up a new document. Now in this document window right now it's all blank because we haven't made anything yet. And so the very first thing we have to do is, once you've got a new document, is you can give this document a title. And so you can just click in here and type in a name for this web page, and I will just call this my first web page. Okay. And once you've given it a name, you can click File and Save As, and look in your computer and try to find your removable disk, your USB drive, and we will give this a file name, but this file name doesn't have to be the same as the title. Okay, the title will appear as the title of the web page, but the file name can be quite different. So we can just call this web page 1, and make sure you've chosen the correct location, given it a file name. Save as type, you should see down here HTML or HTM. Okay, that's the correct file type. Okay, it's usually set as the default. If it isn't, you can click down here and choose from a variety of other file types, but we will always be using HTM or HTML. Okay, when you click save, this blank document with that new title, my first web page, should appear, and then right next to it, it will give us the location of that document and the file name that we used. So you'll notice that the title is in this case different than the file name. Now one of the first things we can add to our web page is we can add a banner. Okay, a banner is a type of a picture that usually has a name or a logo, and we can do this two ways. You can go up to Insert, okay, and click Image, and then you can go look either in your computer or your removable disk, or you guys will be finding the banner on the school's Dreamweaver folder. Okay, I've got my banner in the removable disk, so I will click that and find the sample banner, click OK, and there you see that sample banner. Okay, so it says Stanley's first web page. Okay, and that image will now appear at the top of my web page. Okay, another way you can add that image that's even quicker is if you click this button here. It's the Insert Image button, and it looks like a little tree, and if I had clicked Image, I would have been given the same option I was given earlier. I am able to pick from the folder or location of the file, and then select the image I want from that folder or disk, and then click OK. But I've already done it once, so I don't need to do it again. I just wanted to show you that there are two different ways of inserting an image. I will click Cancel because I've already got it. Now, after I've added the banner, I can click right here at the end of the banner, and I press Enter, and that will start a new line. Now, if you want to add a heading, you can go down here in the Properties Inspector. There is a box next to the word Format, And if I click down here, I get a choice of different formats. I will choose heading 1, and you'll notice that cursor suddenly got a little bit bigger, and I can type in first heading. Okay, and when I press enter, you'll notice that the format automatically turned back to paragraph. Okay, that's all done automatically. You don't have to do anything. Paragraph is the default setting, and so you'll also notice that the cursor became a little bit smaller, and I can type in the words. This is sample text. Okay, and I'm going to cheat a little bit because I'm going to highlight this and then go up to edit, copy, and then go here and go edit, paste, and I will do this many different times, or I can just press Control and V, okay, and type out a bunch of text to make a paragraph. Okay, so you may wish to review any handouts you got when you took courses in Microsoft Word, because the same shortcuts that worked in Microsoft Word work here as well. So for example, if you want to copy, you can press Control plus C on the keyboard, and if you want to paste, you can press Control plus V. Okay, whatever worked with Microsoft Word will probably work using Dreamweaver as well. Okay, so the cut, copy, and paste shortcuts are all the same no matter what program you use. Okay, now I've got a paragraph, and that's all we really need for our first web page. We've got a banner, which is just a picture, a heading, and a paragraph made up of text that we copied and pasted. Now, we've already saved this document once. We gave it a file name, and we also gave it a title. Okay, and at this point, I can save it again. Click File and Save, and that will save this document. And you'll notice down here that the file size of this document is now 10 kilobytes, and the estimated time it'll take to load up this web page is 2 seconds. Okay, so that's been updated. Now, we want to see what this web page looks like. So you can go up to File and click Preview in Browser, and whatever browser is listed here, IE Explorer, means that's the browser that is being used on your computer. So Internet Explorer is the default browser for my computer. If I click this and wait a second or two, you'll see that Internet Explorer loads up, and that's what my web page looks like. Okay. Now I will close this, and that will return me to my Dreamweaver interface. And another way of previewing your document is just by pressing the F12 key on your keyboard. So if I press the F12 key on the keyboard, that's a shortcut. That's a quick way of loading up and previewing your web page. Okay, so we are done making the most basic type of web page. Ours just includes a simple banner and a heading and text. Okay, and in case you were wondering where I got this banner from, well, I made it using Adobe Photoshop. Okay, so we're not going to be spending any time in this course talking about making banners, because you should already have the knowledge and skills to make your own banner. So basically, we can always go back to our Adobe Photoshop lessons and review how to add text and combine images to make a banner. And once you've made a picture in Photoshop, you can import and insert those pictures into your web page using Dreamweaver. Okay, now that you've done and completed your first web page, and we've already saved it, proceed to the next exercise.